everybody, and welcome to. I'm your host. I am here with my co-host Ashley Jones.
Heyo.
Ashley, what have you been into?
Well, I've been watching so much Grey's Anatomy.
Where are we now in
Um,
Grey's Anatomy?
we are essentially s- deep into season 6. Alex's brother shows up.
Mm,
So that was like the big thing. And Alex's brother doesn't know about Izzy, doesn't know about anything that was going on. And like Alex very left his past behind. Derek is the new chief, and that's a cool dynamic. Bailey is dating, and Torres and Arizona are contemplating having children.
mm.
So that's where I'm at with it.
A peek behind the curtain for us is that you and I talked about Mark and Lexi the last time we were talking on
Hmm.
the phone, and you were talking about like, oh, his daughter Sloane came.
Yeah.
And like that, like after I got off the phone with you, I went on Instagram and the actress who played Sloane was talking, posted something about like, how much did you hate me on Grey's Anatomy? And she was doing like a flashback type thing. And she is also an All My Children actress, which is why she was on my Instagram because she played Lily Montgomery for many years
Oh my
on
God,
All
that's
My Children,
amazing.
and
I mean,
also her twin sister Ava.
I mean, I don't know what that character is like on All My Children, but she played the ditzy very well. Because she just was just like, yeah, sure. And like you totally believed her in one scene when she was having this like heartwarming maturity moment. And then she's like leaving out the back door with her suitcase. And you're just like, oh, what? Like no one
Well,
bought it. Like, yeah.
so she played twins on All My Children in a character that was originated by, I think, Michelle Trachtenberg. But so one of the girls she played was a bad girl, but the one she's known for playing for the longest amount of time, several years, was an autistic character and was
Hmm,
bringing autistic representation onto the show. So
cool.
that'll be fun if and when we get to it.
We'll get there. Slow and
And
steady, right?
I have one more Grey's Anatomy thing.
Mm.
What are your thoughts on Owen? Owen Hunt.
Oh, Owen.
Uh-huh.
Owen Hunt. I find his story very compelling, but at the same time, every time he's in a stressful situation, I think he's just gonna go postal on everyone.
Yeah, he's the character who, like, for those of you who at home who aren't following along, we just finished season 21 of Grey's Anatomy. We're getting ready for season 22. I am just now starting to warm to him as a character.
Wow.
I've I've hated him for so long because I think I've like put a finger on it now, which is he's never accountable for his
No.
actions. He's
Mm-mm.
always like blaming someone else or saying I'm right. And it's like no matter what he does, no matter how much trouble he causes for everyone around him. And there was I want to say a scene with Bailey in the last several years where she's like, okay, even if you think you didn't do anything wrong, can you not see you're upsetting the people around you? And can you just acknowledge that? Like, oh, it makes me
Yeah,
absolutely crazy.
you're making me rethink about certain scenes with a different lens because like there was a beautiful scene where Christina's character like has this like very deep moment and like I think I can count on one hand where that character has like a real moment with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Owen's like, I'm trying to love you and blah, because he just found out from someone else that about her engagement. He's like, why didn't you tell me? And she's like, I was with this guy and he kept, changing me very slowly and taking pieces of me, is what she said. And then you did it today. You took a piece of me and it will never happen again. And like he got all weepy and like in my head I was like he's hearing her and I'm like maybe he's not. But she's saying it very loudly. So I was just like, oh, I have this like a new lens to like look at all of his scenes.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think he has good moments, but like, especially when he's in a relationship, it's like, oh, like, he was like my most hated character for such a long time. I just wanted to check in on your opinion. Wednesday, what are you thinking of Wednesday?
Well, I'm painfully slowly going through Wednesday because I'm watching it with my husband, but I've only watched I think just the 2 episodes so far. I think we have 2 more to go before the break, but it is really good. I'm delightfully impressed by the story makes you think that there's a singular bad guy, but there's like multi-layers and there's, diversions and stuff, and so you don't know who the real, bad person is. So that was kind of cool.
I'll say it right
Um,
now. I don't trust that music teacher. I have nothing to back it up. I just don't trust her.
I don't trust the new principal, but maybe that's
Well,
just
yeah, he's a
too
scumbag. Yeah.
too much of a pattern from like season 1 to season 2. Wow.
But I mean, the original principal was a good person who like got killed trying to save the day. So
It's a great show.
disappointed. I'm watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is having another very solid season. This show was like surprisingly very good. You know, they have musical episodes and murder mystery episodes. They're having a lot of fun with the IP, and I appreciate that.
I love a good musical episode.
All right. We will jump into All My Children right now. Daisy is trying to get Cliff and Nina in a room together in hopes that Nina seeing her husband will help restore her memory because she's been trapped in being 16 years old since her father stopped her treatment on purpose to keep her in arrested development. And so Nina's mom is trying to get them in a room together again, and Palmer is stopping it. And meanwhile, Nina doesn't remember that Daisy is her mother as part of her mental illness. And so she's like, can this woman please get out of my house? Which is very rough on her poor mom.
That's tough.
And then we have Jeremy has gone back to Erica, and they're trying to make things work, but his stepmother slash ex-girlfriend Natalie won't let him go, and she convinces his stepfather that, like, hey, there's a great heart department in the hospital at Pine Valley. We should go to Pine Valley. So she's following him there to make a move on him in some form or another. Here we have Sweet Charlie, who's a character who's been off the canvas for a while. He's Joe and Ruth's grandson, Tad's nephew, Phoebe and Langley's grandson. And so he's back in town. He's trying to romance this girl, Robin, but Robin is just not that into him. She ends up standing him up for this date tonight that he's trying to take her on because she gets chemicals splashed in her eyes while working with Greg, but she's also got a giant crush on Greg and is trying to make something happen with him, but he's not trying to date a high schooler. In the meantime, while Charlie's waiting all by himself because this is a time before cell phones where you can't just text, I'm not coming, I have chemicals in my eyes. Charlie's just waiting there for his date, and Tad crashes it, asking for money to get Hillary back and just stealing and eating all of Charlie's food that he's ordered for his date. He's pre ordering all his food, I guess, so that it's ready when she gets there. What do you think about someone ordering for you on a date?
Mm, not good. Although it's hit and miss. Like if I was on a date, as in like early stages of dating, and someone like it was not like a long-term thing, I think I'd be pretty offended. But like in a long-term relationship, if somebody's like, if you have a certain standing order, I think it can be kind of cute. Like, I'm thinking of you so much that you're like, I know what you like.
And in this case, it was going to be the first date. So, it's a big swing.
That's a
Um,
bad move then. Not smart.
I do remember hearing a story of on the set of 10 Things I Hate About You. Heath Ledger behind the scenes, he was hanging out with, the other actors and actresses. The waiter came by and he's like, "Oh, this girl right here, she wants a hot fudge sundae. Please, bring it." And the girl is like offended on one hand because she's like, "How dare you order for me, your random coworker?" But then she's like, "But I actually did want the hot fudge sundae, and he went and ordered it for me." It's one of those like,
Well,
well,
it's not like you can interrupt and be like, hang on, no, I would like a hot fudge sundae. Like,
yeah.
unless they're
So
totally wrong, you can't like stop it.
I know it's like one of those where he's like, maybe he did just know, like
Huh?
maybe she could just
True.
read it. Anyway, back to this. Ross is still in rage monster mode over everything Adam's been through, even though Adam had a brain tumor and was terrorizing Erica and Jeremy. So a lot of this is his fault, but Ross is like swearing vengeance on behalf of Adam. Adam is like, do not get used to me being sick and don't get used to the power, essentially. Tad goes to Erica for money and eventually she loans it to Tad and he hires a skywriter to say like I love you Hillary over her house, but unfortunately for Tad, she is not home. So,
What a waste of money.
yep, he's pretty upset about it and he doesn't have the money to pay Erica back, so he decides to steal from the hospital raffle. He's doing great. And then we have Myrtle refuses to help Enid keep Robin away from Greg because, like I said, Robin is into Greg, but Enid doesn't think Robin's good enough because she was unhoused. And then our last thing is Benny pays back his loan. He's out of money trouble for now. Winners and losers.
Gonna give it the winner. I'm gonna give to Jeremy for trying to make it work with Erica. Man, I gotta say, the loser is Tad for both losing all his money on a skywriter that does absolutely nothing. And then he's like, I know how to fix this crime.
Yep.
So,
Oh, Tad the Cad. My winner is Benny for paying back his loan for right now. You're out of trouble for at least a second, Benny. And my loser, it should be Tad because of what you said. But to do another one, I'll say Ross because he's all filled with anger. He's targeting Jeremy and Erica for like no reason. And Adam is warning him not to get used to power, which I think means he's getting a little too used to power. I mean, if Adam, who's like kidnapping and trying to kill people, is like, hey, buddy, pump the brakes, that's like a warning sign. Like, that's
I
not the
feel like
person
that's,
you want.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Please like, subscribe, comment, support us on Patreon.
Buy our merch.
And that's it for this week. Well,
Well,
bye.
bye.
Thank you for listening. Our theme song is Wouldn't It Be Nice by Sound Mirage featuring Lady Rand. Please rate and review, download, subscribe, all the things. And you can email us at amcrewatch@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you next week.